Hey yo, it's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. This is the best solo podcast out on these airways. Anyway, today's episode is all about, is Kanye West really great? Is he really that great? Or is he just like, okay, just another artist that's getting hyped up too much? Some of you might be saying, of course he's a great Oleezeh. What are you talking about? And some of you might be saying, yes, this guy is overrated. Let's discuss. Let's go straight into it. Let's go into what it should be about, and that's about the music. And Mr. West has had 10 studio albums. 10 studio albums. The College Dropout in 2004, that was his debut album, which announced Kanye, Mr. Pink Polo jumpers, tight jeans, everything. He changed things with this album. It was a great album. Definitely a classic. From my perspective, the album had too many skits in there. So that's why it's not really a classic for me. I know that's blasphemous to say that about Kanye West. I know you lot savior. But yeah, great album. I loved certain tracks. Obviously the singles were amazing, but Spaceship was probably my favourite song on the album. But Get 'Em High with Common's verse on that was redonkulous. I call them redonkulous verses. And then there's a song with Mos Def. What was it called? What was that song called? Anyway, the song with Mos Def is a hot song. 2 words, that's what it was called. Through the Wire, classic. But then Late Registration, another hot album, strong album. Graduation, 07. 808 Heartbreaks was his first real album that completely changed. It was completely different from what you expect, because it wasn't a hip hop album. It was a lot of auto-tune singing and stuff. But again, another critically acclaimed album. Didn't sell that well, but it did alright. My Dark Twisted Fantasy, 2010. This is what I think a lot of people regard another classic. I think a lot of people think that this is his best album, maybe after College Dropout. It was a good album though, I ain't gonna lie. Yeezus in 2013 was probably the album that people felt like this is worse. That was a that was basically him calling himself God, and then, or Jesus. And then Life of Pablo, another album that I think people will say is his top 3. I think people would say his top 3 is College Dropout, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and The Life of Pablo. Then after that, he's had Yay, Jesus is King, and Donda, which I think have been, in general, his weakest. I think most people would vote those his probably weakest albums. I actually like Donda. I think Donda was actually a good album, the Christian album that came out a couple of years ago. But all his albums, as far, let me just check that just for sure. I think all his albums actually debuted number 1. But let me just check that just for sure. You know, he's a great artist. He's had a lot of albums. And I believe, yep, they've all gone number 1. All the ones that mattered anyway, they went number 1. But let us talk about Kanye West. Okay, we know musically this guy does his thing. He does his thing. Okay, College Dropout debut number 2. That was the first album. But every other album, yep. Oh wow, that's actually quite amazing. I didn't realize he had so many solo albums. Went number 1 so many times. Multi-platinums, great singles, great hits. I mean, the guy's he is a legend. Look, he's a legend musically, but this guy does not write his own lyrics. You know, maybe the first album he did when he was small time, trying to prove himself. But after that, he's known to have ghostwriters. Drake, Consequence, Rhymefest. He's like a Dr. Dre, basically. He gets people together to make a collaborative piece of great music. So as an MC, because it's Kanye great. He's a great artist who divides opinions, puts together great music, but in a collaborative sense. Because he essentially is a producer. He is not a rapper. He's not an MC. An MC wouldn't allow other people to collaboratively write a verse for him on maybe a chorus, maybe the hook, but not the whole verse. So you can't really put him in the great legendary MC point. How can you put him, even the most mediocre rapper, you can't put him above him because he doesn't write. But as a producer, he does his thing. You know, that's what, Kanye kind of changed the game when he came into the game in 2021. Sorry, not 2021. 2001, when he did, he produced Jay-Z's 2001 album, The Blueprint. That was all pretty much Kanye. There's other producers on there, but the most notable songs was Kanye. So if you didn't know, go check it out on Wikipedia and all that. That's Kanye's early stuff with his soulful music style of production. That's probably why I liked Spaceship on his first album. That sort of style of producing was kind of new to me at the time when I was younger. But let's look at the singles as well. This guy has done a few bangers. Let's just remind ourselves. For the Kanye West enthusiast, the fans out there, the super fans, because he has some incredible singles. Obviously, there's Through the Wire. That was his debut breakthrough song, which was about his accident and his whole face getting wired shut. All Falls Down. Let me just read them out to you. Jesus Walks. The workout plan wasn't like a big tune. Diamonds from Sierra Leone. Gold Digger. Heard Him Say. Touch the Sky. Let me just talk about the big ones. Can't Tell Me Nothing. Stronger. Good Life with T-Pain. Flashing Lights with Dwele. Homecoming. Okay, that wasn't a big one. Love Lockdown. That was the 808 Heartbreaks. Heartless. I did like that song, I'm not gonna lie. And I got number 2 in the whole US Billboard chart as well. We got Forever with Drake, Lil Wayne and Eminem. Power. Runaway. Monster with Jay-Z and Nicki and Rick Ross and Bon Iver. All of the Lights. This guy's got some songs. Otis with Jay-Z. We got N in Paris, N in Paris. We got Mercy. Oof. Jeez, this was my song. With Mercy with Big Sean, Pusha T and 2 Chainz. We got Click. Damn. With Jay-Z and Big Sean. Bound 2. Oh yeah, Bound 2. That was off the Yeezus album. And then we got 4 5 seconds. I don't even know that one. Rihanna and Paul McCartney. I think I know that one, yeah. With Paul McCartney, I remember that one actually. It was a cool song. They got Famous. I don't even know that one. Guys just got tunes off the tune. He's got Yikes as well. That's off the Ye album. All Mine. Oh yeah, this song was probably his worst song, but it did so well. I Love It with Little Pump. Yeah, that was big in the clubs. I was out there in these clubs right then. Yeah, not my favorite Kanye, so probably my worst one, that one. Follow God got number 7. This guy's got some serious pulling power. He's putting songs about God and still going top 7 in the Billboard charts. I had no idea that one did that well. Life of the Party, Andre 3000, don't know that one. Off the Grid, I don't even know most of these songs, you know. Easy with The Game, I like that song, but it went 49 in the Billboard charts. I'm not surprised with The Game on it. But yeah, look at man, that guy's got songs for days. Discography is on point. And that's not even going into his features, because we'd be here all day if I went into the features. But yeah, that's his discography. Great albums, classic albums. Actually, going through those albums really does show the guy's had some great albums. I would say his albums have even been better than Drake's. As much as Drake is like on point, on top, Drake's albums are not as creative or as, I don't think they're as impactful as Kanye's, but Drake on a single level is a lot stronger. But anyway, let's get into Kanye West in a bit later. Let's figure this. Let's get into the next section of Kanye.